Barcelona's epic comeback against PSG underlines their turnaround. Barcelona pulled off European football's biggest ever comeback. How have they turned their form around? Bate takes a look. If a team can score 4 times against us, we can score 6 times against them. Luis Enrique had been defiant beforehand, and his belief that the remontada was possible was vindicated in spectacular fashion in the Nou Camp as a Champions League tie that had looked finished in France came alive in Catalonia. It was one of the great European nights. Barcelona are the first side in the competition's history to overturn a 4-goal deficit from the first leg. Their 6-1 win over Paris Saint-Germain featuring 3 dramatic late goals. Even Manchester United did not need that many to make history there in 1999. In the aftermath, midfielder Ivan Rakitic compared it to the New England Patriots' amazing come-from-behind Super Bowl win last month, and pundits everywhere racked their brains to work out where to rank the result in the pantheon of sport's great turnaround triumphs. But perhaps the really remarkable thing about the evening was that the comeback felt distinctly possible from the outset. Se puta, was the message from the stands. Yes, we can, and Luis Enrique's own assessment of what would be required proved accurate. I don't have the feeling that we need the best game since I got here, he had said. The logic was sound enough. After all, Barcelona had seen off both Sporting Gijón and Celta Vigo by 5 clear goals in their previous 2 fixtures in the stadium. This required more of the same. Barcelona's winning streak since their 4-0 defeat away to Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona's winning streak since their 4-0 defeat away to Paris Saint-Germain. What's fascinating is that less than a month ago there could have been no faith whatsoever that Luis Enrique's Barcelona were capable of coming up with such a result. That 4-0 reverse in Paris was no fluke. It was a deserved defeat and could have been far worse. So what has changed since then? First and foremost, the mood around the club appears altogether more relaxed. Luis Enrique's decision to announce his summer departure immediately following the win over his old club Sporting drained much of the tension that had surrounded his future. Highlights from Barcelona's 5-0 win over Celta Vigo last time out in La Liga. Highlights from Barcelona's 5-0 win over Celta Vigo last time out in La Liga. He had described himself as tired that day, but the sight of him bounding onto the pitch to share in the celebrations with his players, with a warm embrace for each and every one of them, showed him at his energetic best, the weight removed from his shoulders and theirs. Lots of things have happened since the first leg, he explained. We have improved. Luis Enrique deserves much of the credit for that. His tactical tweaks have been roundly criticized this season, and he has been culpable for some curious selection decisions. But out has gone André Gomes, omitted for 4 games in a row for the first time since his summer arrival from Valencia, and results have picked up dramatically. A new formation has helped too. The switch to 3 at the back was introduced upon Gomez's axing and has brought numerous benefits. Importantly, the midfield that was so overrun in the away leg against PSG has been bolstered by extra bodies and more legs. Barcelona's average position touch map shows their territorial dominance. Barcelona's average position touch map shows their territorial dominance. Furthermore, the introduction of Rafinha in a wide right role also strengthens Barca defensively because opponents are less able to run off him than when Lionel Messi was nominally stationed there. With the Argentine now operating more centrally, he has the opportunity to do more damage to the opposition and less harm to his own side. As it happened, Messi showed plenty of neat touches and dispatched his penalty emphatically enough, but he was not the architect of this comeback. Luis Suarez headed home the first goal, but he too could not claim ownership of the victory. Of the superstar trio, it was Neymar who did most to make the miracle happen, scoring 2 goals and winning a penalty before showing impressive composure to loft a pass into the path of Sergi Roberto with the final chance of the tie. But this was a win for the team, one that has regained its focus. The pressing and purpose was back. Of course, it was facilitated by PSG's edginess and lethargy, the French side seemingly paralyzed by fear in the first half and overcome by the home side late on. Following the 4-0 defeat, Andrés Iniesta spoke of clear ideas being lacking. Sergio Busquets even suggested that the Barcelona players had been surprised by the intensity of their opponents. But in the second leg it was PSG who appeared shell-shocked. Crucially, as with Real Madrid's stutter in La Liga, Barcelona now find themselves in a position, mentally and tactically, to take advantage of the flaws of others. Luis Enrique has given them something to believe in again, and it seems, with only a matter of months of his reign to go, there is an appetite among the players and staff to end this era on the sort of high that looked beyond them just weeks ago. Indeed, the coach, who has won an astonishing 8 trophies out of a possible 10 over the past 3 seasons, is now well placed to make it 11 from 13 by June. Top of La Liga, Copa del Rey favorites, and still, somehow, in the hunt for yet another Champions League.